All right. Peace to you and yours wherever you may be. I love you for free continually. And I saw the fights tonight. Uh, I did not see the Tommy Fury fight. I bought in a little late. But, you know, from what I could see, he was fighting a guy that was a lot smaller than him. And he dominated the fight. He's fighting a 4-round fight. So, you know, kind of like one of those things, build confidence and help him get up. The Montana Love Balanchek, I think is how you pronounce the brother's name. I know I'm butchering his name, but man, it's a shame that guy, the Russian fighter, it's a shame that he just, I think he's at the tail end of his career, man, but he has some extremely fast hands, extremely hard hitter. You know, I think he just took too much damage in his last fight. Hopefully, you know, he'll come back and bounce back in his career. He was stopped. He had some parts of the fight where he was really showing that he was dangerous. He clipped Montana Love real good one time, and Montana Love almost went down. And he had about 3 or 4 other, you know, good solid shots that sort of, you could see that it affected Montana Love, but for the most part, it was a swing and a miss. He just could not touch Montana Love the way that he wanted to. Love is a very slick boxer, and he did his home city of Cleveland very proud, and in the end, he stopped the guy, whose name I can't pronounce, sorry, with kind of an uppercut. Sat him down, and it was at the tail end of the round. He was saved by the bell, but his corner man waved him off. I mean, he was adamant about it. As soon as the man made it back to the corner, he was already trying to take his gloves off. He's like, "That's it. It's over. It's over." You know, Serrano and Mercado. Golly, I like this sister Mercado, man. She is an absolute beast, man. I don't even think she has a liver. Okay? I think she took something like 70 liver shots, man. Who does that? Okay? And she was boxing the whole time. She went up in weight to fight Serrano, who is probably the pound per pound, you know, probably in the top 3 anyway, you know, women's fighters. And she's still going. So she may eclipse everybody. But Mercado, man, she really fought an excellent fight, and she's just, you know, just no fear. Just it was something to see those two ladies fight. And women's boxing, man, it's almost like women's basketball. It's so much when you get on the high level, it is so much more technical. You know, the way these ladies throw, and with the crispness that they throw with, and you know, they throw and pull back, you know, right into stance. You know, it's like you see less of the mistakes that people make, you know, when they have a lot of power. Or I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. Less mistakes than the men make. You dropping their hands and, you know, pulling straight back with their head, stuff like that. The ladies, when they fight on high level boxing or MMA, man, it's very technical. Anyway, Serrano beat Mercado by decision. She didn't stop her. If the fight would have been a little bit longer, if it had been 3-round fights, I think she might have got the stoppage. Daniel Dubois fought, what's the brother's name? Giuseppe, I'm not going to remember his last name, I'm sorry. But anyway, he ran through him. Daniel Dubois ran through the guy. Punch, though, I think the punch that started it all off, you know, they were being generous when they said that it was to the side of the head. It was really to the back of the head. You know, he got Dubois got 3 knockdowns in the first round, right? And he was out of there. But the first knockdown from the replay anyway, it appeared to be at the back of the head. And I don't think he did it on purpose. You know, he was just throwing and the guy was turning, and that's where it landed at. That's where it ended up hitting. But you know, the next 2 knockdowns were clean, and you know, what can you say? Referee waved it off, stopped it on the 3rd knockdown. That was the end of that. I kind of gave you the fights out of order because Serrano was the last fight before Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. As far as my opinion of the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight, I feel like Jake Paul won the fight on points, and I think that Tyron Woodley is at fault for letting him win the fight on points, because you know Tyron Woodley has been in this thing. They complained about it a lot with him in the UFC, that you know he just wasn't. He had lost his explosiveness, you know, and he really depends on that right hand, man. You know, everything is to set up the right hand. I think I believe his knockdown was from the right hand, but it was the left hand that opened it up for him. And I agree with the announcers there on Showtime that really, if he would get behind his jab, he would do a whole lot better. But boxing is more about points even than MMA is, especially when you can't do takedowns, you know, you can't do submissions, you know, everything is happening there with the gloves. But I don't really think it's about that, because Tyron, you know, he knows that. I just think he is at a stage where he can't get out of his own way, you know. And I think that when his corner was addressing him, it made me think about the last few fights when I remember one time Dean was like almost begging him, like, what's wrong with you, man? When he was fighting Kamaru Usman, you know, what's wrong with you? Why can't you let your hands go? Why can't you, you know, why are you stuck in the mud? What's going on with you? And that's exactly what it looked like again. You know, I really, you know, he's making a good case to get a second fight and run it back, but I don't think people are going to be interested in that fight unless Tyron can show in training that he is going to throw punches. Nobody wants to see you walking around, you know, and throwing the occasional punch, you know, 15, 20 punches around, you know. Now, as far as the rest of the performance, let me just say this about this kid, Jake Paul. You know, I really didn't like him, but I've come to like him, and I respect his boxing skill. I don't think he is ready for a Badu Jack or something like that. A lot of people want him to fight Badu Jack. I think Badu Jack will really, you know, he might finish his career. I don't think he wants any parts of Badu Jack. I wouldn't look for that happening. Another thing is really what makes me like this guy and his brother now, upon reflection, is that they're good businessmen, man. You know, these guys keep putting together these events and making millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, and giving people paydays, including Tyron Woodley. You know, just giving them just tremendous paydays, man, and giving people the opportunity to shine and everything on these big cards and whatnot. And let's just be real here. You know, that's tantamount to starting your rap career or your music career selling your CDs or your tapes back in the day or whatever out your trunk, you know, like Too Short did, you know, or Master P. You know, these guys have done that with boxing, and you got to respect that, man. I mean, or as we say on the street, you got to respect the gangster, you know. So enough respect to them for that. And but as far as his boxing skills go, You know, he can box, but let's get real. He doesn't have an amateur career. He doesn't have that well to pull from. You know, and when he starts fighting people that are not gonna let him off, you know, they're not gonna land one punch and then, you know, admire the damage they do like Tyron did. People that are really gonna, you know, put it to him. People that can get inside with him, you know, because he throws with a lot of power. I think he's a big kid, you know. He throws with a lot of power. He has speed. He has quick hands too, you know. He counters well, you know. He'll throw a punch over the top of a punch, you know, and land. And he's landing in such a way where he's whipping the head, you know. So that means he's aiming for the chin, and he's trying to cause, you know, that concussive action to put somebody in trouble. And so, if it were me, as long as I got the gravy train fights, I would never fight an up and coming boxer. The reason being because it's just no money in it. You know, you can fight these MMA guys, give them a payday. I'm pretty sure Tyron got a bigger payday here than he got, you know, probably maybe in his whole MMA career together. You know, so now I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested in seeing another fight. Not because I don't think Tyron can knock him out. I know for a fact Tyron can knock him out. If you've seen how he got hit, how he looked, you know, when Tyron hit him. But the problem is Tyron's volume is just not there, you know, and it hasn't been for a long time. He's 39 years old. He's one of the best that's ever done it. I'm a tremendous Tyron Woodley fan, man. I mean, I just like to keep it real, be honest about it. Anyway, with that said, I love y'all for free. Y'all be careful out there. Take your vitamin D, you know, take your quercetin, take your zinc, and I'm out.